At the beginning of the film, we see father and daughter, Elliot and Ridley, heading from the airport to the residence of his employers, a family of pharmaceutical magnates named Leopold. The father thanks his daughter for agreeing to go there with him for the weekend. Suddenly, the navigator hangs up, and the connection is lost. Trying to answer an important incoming call, the man gets nervous and hardly looks at the road. Suddenly, some animal that looks like a white horse runs out onto the motorway, and there is a collision. After coming to their senses, in the rearview mirror the father and daughter see a creature lying on the ground, very much resembling a unicorn, and they can't believe their eyes. Taking a spanner, the man gets out of the car, and the girl follows him. A purple, ink-like stain spreads out from the downed animal. A twisted horn protrudes from its forehead. Ridley sympathizes with the suffering creature. Suddenly, the horn starts to burn. She grabs it with her hand, and it's as if she's transported to another universe. A myriad of stars is dancing, a flaming stream, the bright lights of other worlds. She is brought out of her trance only by the scream of her father slaughtering an unfortunate animal. The parallel worlds immediately disappear. The girl tries to stop her cruel father, but it's too late. Elliot loads the dead unicorn into the boot. Soon they arrive at their destination, a luxurious country house, where Elliot must hand over the reins of the company due to the serious illness of its head, a man named Adele. One of the employees notices strange marks on the girl's face that look like ink. She goes to her room and washes her face, frantically looking at herself in the mirror. The dying chef says he is prophesying Elliot into his position. He will soon have to represent the family on the board of directors of a pharmaceutical company. Ridley, who is studying art history at uni, gets really ill. She feels very strange. Suddenly, she turns up at a business meeting and tells her father that a dead unicorn is calling for her. Elliot isn't happy with this turn of events because he planned to bury the unicorn at night so that no one would know anything. And his daughter, who has strange marks on her face, is to be taken back to the airport, ostensibly so that she doesn't infect anyone. But the chief and his family don't like this explanation. Through the window, they see that Elliot's car is rocking, as if some huge creature is stirring inside, and this is noticed by everyone present. For a minute, a horn pierces the car, and then a unicorn comes to life. One of the employees shoots him with a gun several times, and the poor animal dies again. Everyone gathers around the dead beast, putting forward their theories as to what the creature could be. Ridley can't stand the adult's falseness, and tells everyone it's a goddamn unicorn. Elliot confesses everything. How he hit it on the road, how he finished it off with a tire iron. Ridley got unicorn blood on his face. Adele is outraged. What have they done? He wonders if there are any side effects for both of them. In the end, they all decide not to report anything to the authorities and make it look like an accident. In the evening, the father tries to communicate with his daughter, for he thought he was saving her when she touched the dying unicorn. Ridley is sorry that the unicorn has died. She feels that with its death, something has broken in her. Her father tries to console his daughter with hackneyed phrases, but it doesn't comfort her. The girl searches for information about unicorns on the net. The father goes to look at the dead animal. The chief's son, Shepard, sitting in an outdoor hot tub, sings dithyrambs to his professionalism and calls him to join him. Elliot refuses. They talk about his daughter. Shepard notices that things aren't going well between them. A strange phenomenon, like the northern lights, appears in the sky, and eerie sounds come from the forest. Ridley watches videos of medieval paintings and legends about unicorns. She cannot get rid of the feeling that there is a connection between her and the died unicorn. Old legends say that only a maiden with a pure soul can tame the mighty and mysterious beast. Waking up the next morning, father and daughter are subjected to a forcibly medical examination. The died unicorn is studied in every way possible. Invited experts give lectures, telling everyone present about the healing properties of the creature's blood and horn. The dying head of the concern and his family have already tried all ways to cure him of the disease eating his body. Now, Everyone is enthusiastic about extracting the necessary medicine from the unicorn's body. The dead animal is dissected. It turns out that his body, and especially the horn, emit powerful electromagnetic waves. The blood and horn of the mythical animal are used to make a healing potion for a dying rich man. Ridley goes for a walk in the woods. She hears strange sounds and returns in fear. The chief promises Elliot a lot of money for his marvelous find, and it seems to him that the new potion is helping. Shepard asks Ridley what she found on the internet about unicorns. The girl is convinced that once unicorns really existed, and it is worth seriously studying this issue. Suddenly, everyone sees a shocking sight. A completely cured Adele. He throws back his cane triumphantly, and there isn't a single sign of illness on his face or body. The scientists and family approach the successful test results with caution, but the recovered man is convinced he is completely cured. He demands that the researchers create a universal medicine for cancer on the basis of unicorn blood, but they say it is impossible. Science doesn't know such ways. However, the chief is determined to deal with the problem. Everyone is excited about the huge sum of money. Elliot is euphoric about his own future fees, but Ridley dumbfounds the audience with the statement that the unicorn cannot be used for their own purposes. She insists on her version, because in ancient times, people knew a lot more about unicorns, and nothing good will come of it. Of course, no one takes her words seriously. The dead unicorn is going to be taken to Europe for further research. Suddenly, electricity and mobile phone service is lost in the entire huge building. A huge glow can be seen in the sky again, and a terrifying howl sounds from the forest. Suddenly, the scientist who is working with the animal is pierced by someone's huge horn through the thin canvas of the pavilion. The people rushing over see the giant shadow of another huge unicorn. Panic ensues. With a monstrous hoof, the beast crushes one of the guards and pierces another with the horn. Ridley and Elliot hide under a car, and then the girl runs towards the house, closing the wicket behind her. Suddenly, the unicorn that rushed after her bows to her. Its horn shines with fire again. She grabs it with her hand, but then the female guard shoots several times at the beast, and it flees into the forest. Now everyone takes the girl's words more seriously. Ridley tells that she feels a connection with the unicorns, both the big one and the little one. They can't kill another beast. The big one apparently came for his dead baby. Of course, rich people aren't going to heed her words. They're going, no less, on an expedition to find the wounded beast. Ridley begs her father not to leave with them, but he, blinded by his lust for profit, doesn't heed her pleas. The only people left in the house are Shepard, the female scientist, the butler Griff, and she. Shepard forces the scientist to continue her experiment, and she saws the dead animal's horn. Seizing the opportunity, Rich's son tries a drop of the unicorn blood, and it affects him many times stronger than any illegal substance. Ridley is desperate. She is sure that her father will suffer greatly on this expedition. Unicorns can heal themselves, as she has found out from ancient legends, and tries to tell her father, but he doesn't answer the phone. Eventually, one of the expedition members is carried off by a unicorn, and Chief Adele opens fire indiscriminately. Another is knocked down and trampled by a beast, and Elliot and Adele rush back to the house when two huge beasts appear in the yard at once, and one of them suddenly leans in front of Adele, blaring its horn. But, as the man attempts to take his horn, the unicorn pierces him. There is a general commotion in the house. The lights go out again. The gates are locked, and unicorns howl in the courtyard. Butler Griff is sent to open the gate manually. They decide to give the dead animal to the adult unicorns, who have no intention of leaving, and take the gurney with its body into the courtyard. Griff manages to unlock the gate, and the female scientist is robbed of her life by two adult beasts. Elliot decides to refuse to cooperate with this family and leaves. Shepard continues to take the unicorn medication and seems to find some sort of solution to the problem. One of the unicorns sneaks into the house, breaking down the door. Everyone runs away in terror. Shepard carries the precious medication away. He still hasn't given up the thought of subduing the unicorns, even in the face of mortal danger. Elliot tells his daughter that many years ago, he swore to her dying mother that he would do everything he could to make sure she didn't need anything. But he doesn't do it well. Father and daughter embrace warmly. Soon, the chief's wife becomes another victim of the unicorn. Elliot tells his daughter to get in the car and drive away. It's early morning outside when she leaves the house, but Shepard catches up with her. Aiming a bow at her, he forces her to be bait for the beast. His calculation proves correct. The huge unicorn, instead of killing the girl, falls to the ground in front of her. Elliot appears, walking along with the second beast, carrying the cut horn of the cub. Shepard binds the animal's legs as it lies there. Elliot stabs him in the belly with the horn, but he isn't out of debt, and also strikes him with an arrow. Shepard is taken dead by the hind legs of one of the bound animals. A dying Elliot asks Ridley what she saw in the trance. Her daughter replies, "A marvelous and peaceful place where the souls of men and beasts go at the end of their earthly journey." She hopes to meet her mom there one day. The unicorns are released from their restraints. One of them drags Elliot's body and places it next to the dead cub. The two beasts are joined by their horns, and a miracle occurs. Both man and beast are healed and come to life. As they are resurrected, Elliot sees the same miraculous flow of energy as his daughter on the forest road. There is a violent lightning-like discharge, and both beasts fall as if dead, but immediately get up and run away with the revived cub. The police, brought by Griff, arrive and the two survivors are taken away. The police say they will need a good lawyer, but both father and daughter laugh. What is all this fuss for them now, when they have seen real miracles and experienced things that an ordinary person would never dream of? And then the driver of the police car looks around in amazement. 3 unicorns are rushing along the motorway behind the police car. One of them winks at the friends inside the car, and they realize without a word what needs to be done. The father hugs his daughter tightly, and a couple of seconds later, a powerful side impact shakes the car, forcing it to crash into the road barrier. The producer leaves the ending of the film open, allowing the audience to become co-creators of the mystical events presented on the screen. And at that moment, the film ends. Thank you all for watching this video until the very end. Give this video a like. Write in the comments what you think about this film. And see you in the next videos.